Alright guys, so I'm about to do something with these peppers. So these are jalapeno peppers harvested from my garden, and these are cayenne peppers harvested from my garden as well, and a few little bell peppers. Now the bell peppers, I'm not going to do anything with those except just cut them up and maybe just freeze them or something. So, but I was just showing you my harvest of jalapenos, cayenne peppers, and bell peppers. So normally with my jalapeno peppers and cayenne peppers, I make my own little sauce, or what I like to do is with my jalapeno peppers. I don't know if you can see the sliced jalapeno peppers, but I like to slice my jalapeno peppers and put them in a brine in the refrigerator. And I do like to place those like on top of my food, like my beans, or like if I'm having greens or cabbage or something, I do like to put some jalapenos slices on top of my food. This right here I made maybe 2 months back, and this is diced jalapenos, and I like to use that as well if we have like nachos, or I just also like to place it on top of my favorite vegetables and things of that nature. So you can eat that however you want. Now with both jalapenos and cayenne peppers, I like to make my own little pepper sauce. So and if you're wondering why it has like a little yellowish look to it, I like to put a little turmeric, and I also use a little onion and garlic powder, pickling salt, a little sugar, and some black pepper. And what you see in here is some I have the cayenne pepper, some chopped jalapeno peppers, and I also have some onions chopped up in there as well, and that's the same for this one as well. And I make my brine just a regular pickling brine with the equal parts of white distilled vinegar and water, and maybe 2 tablespoons of pickling salt, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and then I just put in those seasonings. I put in my turmeric powder, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, and also I add in some red pepper flakes as well. But if you just want a plain clear brine, then you don't have to add any seasonings inside of your brine, and you can just have a regular clear brine. But that's how I like to do my little pepper sauces. So, and I had an idea with how you can maybe get your container. So these are actually old hot sauce containers, but this one actually was a white wine vinegar container. So once all of that was used up, I washed it out, washed the inside out with some hot water and soap, and I just used it. And this is a Louisiana hot sauce bottle, and I did the same as well. So how was I able to get the peppers inside of the bottles? I will show you. So here, this is a Louisiana hot sauce bottle, which is the hot sauce is almost completely used up. So, and I have another hot sauce bottle as well. So I'm not gonna be able to use that one today, but the Louisiana hot sauce it's just a little bit, so I'm just gonna pour the rest of this inside of the crystal hot sauce. But shh, don't tell nobody. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys that you can reuse your Louisiana hot sauce bottles to make your own little pepper sauce. Now, I do want to learn how to make my own hot sauce one day. I haven't gotten there yet, so that'll be something a project that I definitely want to work on, is to make my own hot sauce one day. But as of now, all I can do is something simple, and that is, you know, just you know, you can make your own little pickling pepper sauce. And I'm not for sure if in any region, if you ever saw like little bottles of Tabasco pepper sauce, like it's a little clear bottle with little green Tabasco peppers on the inside, and people just like sprinkle it, the little vinegar pepper sauce on their food. So that would be my version of that, except you know, mine is just made with jalapenos and cayenne pepper. So but anyway, I'm gonna get this open up the cap and let you guys see how you can use these bottles to make your own pepper sauce. Alright, so I have the tops off of both the hot sauce bottles. So as you can see here, this is actually like a little clear plastic top, and it comes off. So all you have to do is pop it off. Give me just a moment. Okay, so there you go. And this is the little plastic top. And that's how, you know, when I want to make my pepper sauce, I'm able to put my peppers down off in that bottle like that. So, and it's pretty simple. So once this is empty, you know, like I mentioned before, I just you know, clean it with some hot water and soap, and then I proceed to make my little pepper sauce. So that's what we're going to do today. And also with the rest of them, I'm just going to use a regular mason jar and, you know, put these peppers in and place those in my refrigerator. So I will be right back. Okay, giving it a good shake. So this is just an initial wash, just to remove the hot sauce from the bottle, and then I'm going to pour this out, put some more clean water in here, and put some soap in here. Alright, so I got soap in here. And I've also rinsed the label off. Like, I just ran it up under hot water until that label came off. I just kind of took my fingers and like scratched the label off. So the label is off, and I have some hot soapy water in here. And I'm just going to give this a vigorous shake, and, you know, just continue to rinse it out a couple of times until it's completely clean. Okay, so this is my last rinse, and as you can see, the bottle is completely clean. And I'm just giving it this little last vigorous shake. Now I want to point out that the spout top right here is still going to be stained red because of, you know, what was previously in it. but that's not going to affect anything. It is clean, it's just stained. So you know, just want to make you aware of that. But everything is good to go. I'm going to pour this water out, and we're going to prepare the peppers to be stuffed inside of here, and prepare the brine to pour in here as well. Stay tuned. I have a few of my jalapenos and cayenne peppers on the plate here, and I got my knife. And please make sure you wear some gloves, because the last time that I did this, I learned my lesson the hard way. My hands were like literally burning for like 2 or 3 days. So when you're handling peppers and cutting them up, make sure you wear some gloves. Alright, so got my bottle here, and I got my peppers. So you can put them in whole like this if you want to, but I want to cut some of them in half to just excrete some of the like the seeds, and the seeds is what holds the heat. So, and you want your pepper sauce to be kind of spicy, so you want to at least cut some of them in half. And then I'm just gonna simply just place it down into the bottle like that. So I'm just gonna cut a couple, like I'm cutting the stems off here. You don't necessarily have to cut the stem off if you don't want to, but that's what I do. But I'm just gonna cut a couple of these peppers in half. I'm just gonna move those stems out the way. And I'm not for sure if you can see that, because it's on this plate here. So I'm just gonna stuff those inside of here. Just kind of give them a tap, get that pepper down in there. If that doesn't work, you can take like, I have these little long plastic spoons, and I just kind of help maneuver the peppers inside. So that's what it's looking like so far. And another tip is you don't want to stuff these to capacity, because if you stuff these to capacity, then you're not going to have a lot of pepper sauce. You're going to have more peppers than the vinegar solution. So you might want to just put like a decent amount in here. And I would say I would probably go maybe halfway here with the peppers, and then I will fill the rest with the vinegar brine. So I think I would stop right there at the middle. And I'm just going to place these inside of my bottle. Alright, so I'm going to put these jalapenos inside of the bottle. Finish this up and I will show you guys how everything looks. Alright, so I'm going to finish these off with the whole cayenne peppers. So I'm just going to push those off in here. Alright, and like I said, if you need some assistance to get you, like, if you have like any of these long, it can be like a wooden spoon or something like a spoon with a long handle, something with a long handle that can fit inside of here and can help maneuver your peppers down in here. So almost finished stuffing this bottle, and then I'm going to grab maybe about 2 mason jars and finish packing the peppers inside of mason jars. That's pretty much it. So these are my cayenne and jalapeno peppers. Alright, so I have 2 mason jars that's been cleaned and washed. So the only difference with the process that I'm doing is I'm not processing these, I'm not canning these. I'm just simply making a brine to pour over the jalapenos, and these will be placed in my refrigerator. Now I do one day want to learn how to can things, like get me a pressure canner, and I also want to learn how to do a hot water bath canning as well. So now I do have a pot, like a big pot that I can do like a hot water bath in. So there might be a video coming up for that, because I do have some tomatoes from my harvest, from my summer harvest, that I have in the freezer, and I do want to process those into tomato sauce. So maybe we'll have a video coming up for that. But anyway, just letting you guys know that that I'm not processing these in a canner. These is just going to be a simple process. Make your brine, pour it over the peppers, and then you just put these in the refrigerator, and they can stay in the refrigerator for up to 3 to 6 months. Alright, so with the remaining peppers, So this is the easy part. I'm just gonna place the peppers inside of here, and I will do a hole. But like I said before, you can leave the stems on. If you don't like the stems, you just simply cut them off. And that's what I'm going to do, just simply cut the stems off. If you know about a Church's Chicken or any chicken place at that, but here in the South, you know, you can purchase a pickled jalapeno pepper with your chicken, and you can eat your jalapenos with like fried chicken. But you can use these with any dish that you like. And but these whole ones that I'm placing in this jar will be used for that purpose. For you know, if I'm making some fried chicken, or if we order out some chicken, I like to eat mine with pickled jalapenos. So this will be the purpose of these peppers here. Alright, so as you can see, I have almost a large jar of jalapenos, and I'm also going to add some of these in here as well. Alright, so I'm just taking my last jar and I'm filling the remainder of the peppers inside of this jar, and we're almost finished. And we can, after this, proceed to make the brine. Alright guys, so everything has been packed and ready to go. So now it's time to make the brine to pour over into these jars of peppers. Alright, so this is the brine. So I just have a medium-sized saucepan, and what I have in here is 3 cups of water, 3 cups of white distilled vinegar, and make sure that your vinegar has at least 5% acidity. And I have 3 tablespoons of pickling salt and 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now this may be more brine that I may need, and that's okay, because I can use, if there's like leftover brine, I can just use it for something else. I can place it in the refrigerator in a mason jar and use it within a month or so, and you know, just use it for other things. But this is basically it. This is just the basic brine. Now if you like to, you can put in some pickling spices if you want pickling spices. If not, you can leave it just like this. You're gonna let this just come to a simmer, and then you're gonna turn it off, and then you're gonna place it inside of your jars. What I like to do is I like to add some seasonings to my brine, a little onion powder, garlic powder, and maybe a little black pepper, and some, or if not black pepper, I'll use some red crushed pepper flakes or something. But if you prefer for your brine to just be clear like this, and you can, And at this point, you can just leave it like this, or you can add seasonings to it if you like. So we're gonna let this come to a slight boil and then remove it from the heat, and we're gonna pour it inside of our jars. All right, I hope you guys can see. So my brine is ready, and I have like a funnel, and I do have a like a cannon funnel, but I just can't find it. But you know, if you don't have a funnel, you just may have to, you know, kind of be careful about how you pour your liquid in here. But I suggest that you go to Walmart, and they do have it mostly where they have their food containers at. And that aisle, you can purchase a set of 2 funnels. And this is food grade, so you can use this for food purposes. So make sure you get you a funnel to make it easy to put your liquid inside of your bottles. So I'm just going to take my brine, and we're just going to pour it right in. Alright, so I'm not for sure if you can see that, but pouring the brine in. Alright, so I think that's enough. And let's see. So I'm gonna try to take the rest of this and kind of put it over here. And also make sure that it may be easier, like, to prevent making a mess, to maybe do this over in your sink, pour it over in your sink, and then, you know, that way you won't have to worry about, you know, burning yourself or anything like that. But that's pretty much it. And be careful about touching the bottles, because the hot liquid is going to make the bottles hot and the jars hot as well. So that's pretty much it. So this is the first one, and I'm just trying to you know, just give this a shake so that the brine can get all inside of the peppers. So since the brine has gotten all inside of the peppers, it left a little space up here. If you want, you can pour just a little bit of brine in there, but it's fine the way it is. So you're just gonna let this sit out on your counters until it cools off, and then you're gonna place this in the refrigerator. And I normally let mine steep for about like a week, at least a week before I use it. And that's it. That's your pepper sauce. And we're just gonna finish pouring some more brine into the mason jars here, so that we can have like some refrigerator pickled peppers. I do want to go ahead and just put just a tad bit more of brine in here, just a tad bit. Okay. Alright, so that's good. Just gonna place that little plastic cap back in there. And I'm just gonna give this a little rinse. Alright, and that's that. Your homemade vinegar pepper sauce. Alright, so I'm just going to take the rest of this brine and just fill up my jars with it. Alright, and sometimes with your jars you may want to just take a spoon or something and kind of press down in between to get out air pockets, and that way that'll allow more of the brine to get in between the peppers, and it'll allow for you to also add in more brine if needed. Alright, so alright, so I got brine inside of my jalapeno peppers, and you don't have to tie this on very tight or twist this on very tight. And there you go, jalapeno peppers. Okay, and last but not least, the cayenne peppers. Alright, and that's that. Alright guys, so I wanted to share just a quick jalapeno bummers or jalapeno poppers recipe. So these are some of the jalapenos from the garden, and I'm going to cut these in half and stuff these with a cheddar cheese cream cheese filling. Alright, so as you can see here, I'm just cutting the tops or the stems off the jalapeno peppers. I cut them in half and I removed all the seeds in the stems with a spoon, as you can see there. And just once again, I just want to remind you guys to please wear gloves when you are handling peppers. Like I said, I learned my lesson when I did all of these peppers without any gloves, and my hands were just burning for days. So please make sure you wear your gloves. Alright, so we are going to make the cream cheese and cheddar cheese filling. So I'm using Colby Jack cheese. You can use whatever cheese you like to use, shredded cheese. So what I did, I just used 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and I used about 2 cups of shredded cheese, and I just mixed it both together. And I'm going to add in some seasonings. I use some salt, paprika, and some onion and garlic powder, and I'm just going to season it well and mix everything up together until well incorporated. And that's going to be the cream cheese filling for the jalapeno peppers. Alright, so the jalapeno peppers are ready to be stuffed. They've been scooped out and cleaned out. So you're just gonna basically just take a spoon and you're gonna spoon in the cream cheese and cheddar filling inside of all of your sliced jalapeno peppers. As you can see here, I have all of them prepared. So now it's time to prepare them to be fried. So I have all of these already pre-stuffed. This is just some self-rising flour, and this is just 1 egg and maybe a half cup of milk. So I'm just going to take these, I put them in the flour first, and then I put them in the egg, and then back in the flour, and then I'm just going to have all of these already pre-breaded. So stay tuned. Okay, so I'm just going to take the jalapeno. I'm going to place it inside of my bag of flour, and you can have your flour inside of a bowl. It really doesn't matter. I just try to do this to reduce the amount of dishes. All right, so once it's coated, then you're going to place it inside of the egg wash. All right, so once you get that nice and soaked inside of the egg wash, then we're going to coat it again with flour. Some people like to use like breadcrumbs or panko crust. Panko breadcrumbs, or anything of that nature, but I just like to use flour. All right, so your jalapeno bomber is ready to go into the grease, but I'm going to go ahead and bread all the rest of these up, and I'll be right back. All right, so I have all the jalapenos, my jalapeno peppers breaded up, so now it's time to fry them. All right, so I'm going to put these in my hot oil, and excuse my oil, it is used oil, so you may see some crumbs at the bottom. I did try to drain the crumbs out of the grease before I used it. All right, so I'm just going to stick these over in here. And I'm just going to let these fry for maybe about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Alright, so it's been about 2 minutes, and I do have my grease on medium high heat. You don't want this up very high. And I'm just going to make an attempt to try to flip these over. Now the other side is the cheese side, so you don't want them to cook terribly a long time on the cheese side. Kind of hard to get these to turn over. Alright, so once you have them flipped on the other side, then you let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes until they're golden brown, and they should be ready to come out the grease. Alright, so these are the jalapeno poppers. And I'll try to get one cut open for you just a moment. Alright, so I took one and I cut it in half. This looks still too hot, but it has a crunchy outer texture and still hot. And that's the cheese inside. If you can see that, I can press it out a little bit, but that's the cheese inside. Alright, so I want to try to eat it, but it is a little bit too hot for me to eat. But I just wanted to share these, you know, just 2 recipes with the produce that come out of my garden. And this will conclude my video on making pepper sauce, your own pepper sauce, and doing refrigerator pickling peppers. Just sit over there, and everything else. So you guys, I thank you guys so much for watching. Let me get this out the way. Alright guys, so that'll be my video for today on what I did with my peppers and how you make your own little vinegar pepper sauce. And also I just shared 2 little recipes on how I make jalapeno poppers or bombers and some southern fried okra. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all new subscribers for subscribing. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. Thank you all my existing subscribers for tuning back in with me. Thank you all. You guys are awesome. And I hope you guys be back with me on the next video. You all have a great day and God bless. Until next time. Bye-bye.